On today's Moving the Chains, Jerel, a first-time head coach here on the program, we got Jerran Devlin of the Lakewood Gators.
Yeah, man, this is a long time coming here, finally getting his opportunity. So it was great to catch up with him today and kind of go over what his plans are down there at Lakewood. Just excited for him and, being able to get that first stab at it. Again, a special one when coaches get their first opportunity to lead their own program. So we know he's going to do well, and it was exciting catching up with him today.
No doubt. A great episode today on Moving the Chains. Jerran Devlin, the new head coach of the Lakewood Gators. Hope you guys enjoy. Be sure to follow us on YouTube at Movin Chains. That's MOVINCHAINS.
Get ready for the ultimate South Carolina high school football experience with Movin The Chains. From previews to recaps, we've got you covered. Dive into our expert preview shows, predicting winners and sharing insights. Then join us post-game for the thrilling recaps, exclusive interviews, and highlights you won't find anywhere else. Plus, connect with fellow fans on our Friday night spaces on Twitter/X. No one covers South Carolina high school football like us. Join us at Movin Chains on all social media platforms and visit movinchains.com today.
Welcome into Moving the Chains, brought to you by Founders Federal Credit Union. I'm Kevin Thomas alongside Jerel Hendricks. Got a great interview today, a very special guest, the new head coach of the Lakewood Gators, Jerran Devlin. Coach, how you doing today?
Doing great. Hey, thank you guys for having me on.
We appreciate your time, Coach. We really do. If this is you guys' first time tuning in, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter/X, Instagram, YouTube, and more at Movin Chains, our website, movinchains.com, and our podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google, and more. Coach Devlin was hired in April. He was the defensive coordinator at Wilson this past season. Prior, he spent time on staff at West Florence and Wilson before that. Coach, let's start with the transition, man. What's that been like, getting into, the Sumter School District after being in Florence for so long and now being a first-time head coach over there?
I've watched all you guys' shows, and everybody says the same thing. It's like trying to drink water from a fire hydrant, and they are completely correct. I feel like I finally – kind of got on my feet, and then if something else comes up, it's like, well, I didn't see that one coming, and you got to handle that situation. But it's been great. My athletic director here, Coach Flippin, has been great in showing me the ropes here and how Sumter kind of does things. So it's been a really smooth transition.
Coach, this is the part of the show where you tell us about yourself. How did you get into the coaching profession? What sparked that passion? And tell us about the stops along the way that's kind of gotten you to this point as the head coach.
Well, I knew a long time ago I wanted to be a football coach, a head football coach. I knew back in probably 9th or 10th grade. Born and raised in Georgetown, South Carolina, played football all 4 years. Got to play under Barry Avant. To me, he's a South Carolina legend. After graduating from Georgetown, I went on to Coastal Carolina, where I got to play under David Bennett. Was there for 5 years. I got my first job straight out of college at Wilson High School right there in Florence, and I was there for 3 years. After coaching change, I went across the city to West Florence. I was at West Florence for 9 years under Trey Woodbury and Jody Generette. And after another coaching change, I went back to Wilson for a year, and I got to work under Brian Wilson this past year and really learned a lot from him.
Coach, as you know, as a first-year head coach especially, it's very important to get a great staff around you. How is that shaped up for you? Do you have any guys you're still looking to hire? And who are a couple guys you might want to shout out on the program today that you're going to be part of your Gator staff this season?
Yeah, we just finished up our staff this past Monday, hired one more guy, a few guys on that coaching staff. Our defensive coordinator, Elmer Bench, he's been out of coaching a few years. He's been at Manning, OW. He's been kind of all around. Coming back to coach our defense. On that side of the ball, we have Tykees Miller, who's a former player of mine at West Florence. He's coaching with us. As another player, Nike Johnson, who's at West Florence, another former player who's coming back to coach with us over here. On the offensive side of the ball, we have Kerry English. It's his second stint at Lakewood. Coach Rashad Riggs, he's been here a while. And we also have some younger guys, Dalvin Bracey, who's been a household name here at Lakewood. And Marcus Lane, he's coming over from Sumter. He's a Sumter High graduate and wanted to get into coaching, and he's here with us as well. The staff has they've done great trying to implement what we want as a coacher standpoint and to really understand my vision. They're doing a fabulous job conveying it to our kids.
Coach, we're catching you early in the preseason camp, so not a lot of people, know what you plan on doing. So we're going to let them know here. This is a part of the show where we peek behind the curtain. So, what kind of schemes do you plan on running on offense and defense? And we know you're one of the bright young defensive minds. Will you continue to call plays on that side of the ball as well?
I will not call plays. I'm having more of a hand in the offensive side of the ball. I know Coach Bench has just a wealth of experience, and I totally trust him to head that side of the ball. As far as our philosophies on offense, we're going to be 11 personnel, 12 personnel. For us to be successful and have any success, we have to be able to run the ball. It's simple as that. We're not built to throw the ball 20 and 30 times a game. We want to make it a brawl. We want to make it a physical game. And yeah, we might not win the game, but the next morning you can say, "Hey, I know I played Lakewood Gators because I'm feeling sore this morning." Defensively, we're going to be a 3-4 team. A lot of Nick Pelham ideas. Kind of stole his whole defense, just little pieces around. But yeah, it's 3-4. We'll have a 2-out shell and do some things back there. Our big thing on that side of the ball, we want to get lined up right, and then once the ball is snapped, know your assignment and run our behind to the football.
Coach, you've played for and coached under some really high-profile coaches here in the state. Are there some of those guys that really stick out to you that were big influences on your career and kind of how you coach now? Or maybe there's some guys, at the level now that you still try to kind of gain things from as you get into it?
Absolutely. First, starting off with Coach Barry Avant, when I was at Georgetown going through that program, we had a coaching turnover my sophomore year. And just the structure and organization he brought way back when, it was second to none. And then going to college and getting to be under Coach David Bennett and also Coach Maurice Drayton, the head coach at the Citadel now, it showed me you can be a player's coach and still be very demanding of them. Like we can still, when we're not on the field, we can have our laughs, but when it's time to work, they understand that discipline and that standard still has to be met. And we're not going to, slight. We're not going to take a back seat to our standards because, hey, we can have our fun times. Jody Generette, I was with JJ, I feel like a long time, and he really taught me how to run a program, what it should look like. We were big on culture when I was with him because we always felt like, if you do those things right, the stuff on the field will handle itself. And then some other guys just who I've talked with and bounced ideas off of Jeff Calabrese. When I see him, it's always good to talk with him and just get program things from him. Dean Boyd, always been great talking with him. And some other coaches currently, like Andreas Perkins. I love bouncing ideas off of Perk. He'll ask me, some ideas from my standpoint. Stephen Burris, Tom Butler at Greenwood, and the list goes on. I know I'm leaving a lot of guys out, but I'm always going to reach out and ask questions because I know there's a lot of things I don't know. The last guy I want to mention is Darryl Page. He's a big one. He's a living legend here in South Carolina. One thing I took from him is to always keep learning. He's probably forgotten more football than I probably know, and he's big on to always keep reinventing yourself and learning that knowledge.
Man, the coaching community in the state of South Carolina is extremely special, and man, it's great that you've been able to kind of tap into that as you progress in your career. And talking about that, you mentioned early in the interview, like you knew that you always wanted to be a head coach. I think anybody who's in your profession is goal oriented and driven, to take those next steps. What kind of, sparked you at this point in your young career to say, hey, I'm ready to be the head coach? And also what kind of stood out about this Lakewood job that was like, hey, that could be a special place where I can, really build and progress in my career and turn this program into a real winner?
Well, I'll be completely honest with you. After like year 1 or 2 of coaching, I thought I was ready, and looking back on it, no, that was God's blessing. It wouldn't have been good. But I think just learning along the way, hey, this works or this doesn't work, and kind of formulate my own philosophies on things has really shaped how I am as a coach. When the Lakewood job came open, Brian Wilson, who's obviously from Sumter, told me, hey, you should take a shot at that job. I think it would be a good start for you. And I took his advice and reached out to the the then principal, Dr. Maggie Wright, and Coach Flip. And luckily, I got her interview, and I got this opportunity. I'm thankful. I'm so thankful for this opportunity. It's been a long time. I've applied for a lot of jobs.
Well, Coach, we're super excited for you, man. It's going to be a lot of fun to follow you and your progress there at the program. But as you know on the show, we love to shine a light on some of these great kids across the state we have here. Who are some guys you identified that might be big playmakers for you on Fridays this fall that we should keep an eye out for on the program here?
Well, I got to start up front because what we want to do is it's going to start up front. Sean Maple, he is a rising junior. He's coming off an ACL tear from last year, so he didn't play any games last year. I think he tore it in the preseason. He's going to be special. Has a really good frame, long, really nasty, strong guy. He's going to play offensive line and defensive line. CJ McLeod, he's coming back for us. I believe he started every game last year on the offensive line. Smart kid, really smart, coachable, good kid. Our sophomore quarterback, Justin Wilder, as he goes, our offense will go. He's one of our better athletes, smart kid, good young man, and I can't wait to see how successful he is going to be. Brian Brooks is our Swiss Army knife. He kind of does everything for us. He's going to line up at quarterback, at running back, out in the slot, going to return kicks. He's going to kind of do it all for us. He's been really good this year leading this young group. I believe this might be his fourth year on varsity. He's been around a long time. On the defensive side of the ball, starting in the back end, Dorian Dingle. He's played, I want to say, some DB, some safety, and some wide receiver. We're going to move him to outside linebacker this year, and he's really adjusted to that change, and just his body type kind of fits what we want at outside linebacker. Playing one corner will be Kenny Cooper, and then the other corner, and he's going to double on offense as well. Jamarcus Neesmith, he's explosive. He can go. He'll also return kicks for us as well.
Awesome. Well, Coach, we're catching you early in the preseason camp, and you've been with the program since April. As we mentioned earlier, what is the biggest takeaway that you have for this bunch that you've kind of learned through spring brawl, off-season workouts, all through the summer 7-on-7s and all that stuff?
First thing that really stuck out to me is how hard these kids work. I mean, it was certain days. In my head, I was like, they're going. I know I'm gonna have some pushback because this is a tough workout. And, we're getting through the workout, and you can see the kids just going as hard as they possibly could. And nobody ever backed down. Nobody ever said, "Hey, coach, I'm good. This is too much for me." They just kept going. That's the first thing that really stuck out to me. The second thing is they're learning how to be coached. There wasn't much pushback. A lot of times, I guess going into it, I thought, "Hey, these guys aren't going. They're not going to accept that tough coaching." But they have. They look you right in the eye when you're correcting them. They're yes, sir, no, sir, whenever you're correcting them. And they really want to be coached. And the last thing they want to compete. We've been to some 11-on-11s and some 7-on-7s. And our guys, they will compete. Now, are we always in the right place, in our right coverage, the right zone, doing the right assignment? No. But are we trying to do as fast as we possibly can to the best of our abilities? Yes. And that I took a lot from that. I can correct those things we're in the wrong alignment, or we're not taking the right step. It's hard to correct that effort piece to it.
Coach, as you know, this program has had some struggles the last couple seasons. Haven't really had the success they want to have there. When you came in as a first-year man, was there one thing you're like, this is what we really need to work on here first? Is there a certain thing you wanted to identify to implement right off the bat when you took the job?
Yeah, it for me, it's always about culture at the high school level. I think culture's big. It's how you do the little things. Will you have that tidy locker? Will you pick the trash up off the ground? Will you be a good teammate to your brother? I think those things outweigh the scheme part at the beginning. But once we got the culture piece kind of set in, now we can start focusing on the scheme in our Jimmys and Joes. I tell our kids all the time, I need you to be the best teammate you can possibly be to the guy next to you. And I don't know if this is a good paraphrase or not, but we always say, hey, it's hard to die for your teammate on fourth down if you don't know. So once I get to know you as a person and you as a human being, hey, I can go die for you on fourth down. Let's get this first kind of thing.
Coach, had the opportunity to talk about you. We've talked about your admin a little bit, talked about the school, talked about your team. Let's talk about the community there. I'm sure they're really, starving for a winner there. How have they embraced you and kind of supported you if you've taken these first few steps in your tenure as the head coach?
It's been phenomenal. It's been great. They've fully supported me in almost every way. I mean, we did like a food snack drive for our kids just so they can have little snacks after school before we go out to practice. And the amount of donations that were sent were just unbelievable. They knocked it out the park. We're finishing up a fundraiser right now, and in my head, I'm like, hey, we make maybe just $1,000, that'd be great. And then we fully just knocked it out the park. And I couldn't be more proud of this community, how they opened up their arms and fully embraced me and gave me some backing. It's been awesome.
Coach, I've seen on social media you guys have an acronym of T.U.I.S.A.D. Can you talk a little about what that means to your program and what you're kind of trying to do there with that for the school?
So I kind of got this from my wife, and we were, we're big on sports in my house. We were watching I think it was the College World Series softball, and I forgot the young lady's name, and she said, the underdog is still a dog. And that set home like, hey, guys, she has a point. That underdog is still a dog. And I just took it and ran with it. And that's kind of where we're running at right now this first year. Because I know a lot of teams probably will overlook us for our previous record. But I think we're going to be in a fight. A big thing for us this year is having a game, a winnable fourth quarter. A lot of games last year, by the time the fourth quarter was there, unfortunately, Lakewood, we weren't in the game. So our biggest thing now is, hey, if we can make it to the fourth quarter, we'll find a way to win the game.
Everyday life means everyday expenses. Spend smarter with the Founders Federal Credit Union credit card, offering you low rates and big rewards where it matters most. Enjoy all the benefits of saving while using your Founders Essential MasterCard. Make every swipe and tap count with smart rates, big rewards on select cards, and no balance transfer or annual fees. Because your money should go where you want it to. That's the power of Founders Federal Credit Union. Apply today at foundersfcu.com. Relax. You're with Founders.
Couple easier ones for you, Coach. And these are coming. You're a fan of the program.
Oh, for sure. I know it's coming here.
Pre-game playlist. What's your go-to when you get ready to hit the field on Fridays?
All right, so let's take it back in the morning. On the way to work, it's gospel the whole time.
Okay.
In the morning, just kind of getting things together. I'm listening to some gospel. And as the day goes on, I'm in the weight room. I'm listening to whatever the kids are listening to. Now we get to pregame. I got to take it back to young Jeezy around 2004, Can't Ban the Snowman.
Okay.
I'm going to probably throw in some Pastor Troy and Jay-Z. And then for the actual pregame, when we're out in the field, I let the kids listen to whatever they want. And it's probably NBA Youngboy, Kodak Black, whatever gets them going, I'm fine. But those 2 or 3 hours before, it's definitely young Jeezy, Jay-Z, Pastor Troy. It gets me going for sure.
Hey, Jeezy the Snowman is my favorite Christmas carol. You know what the next one is. When we talked to your crosstown, school, Sumter High head coach Drew Marlowe a couple weeks ago. So you got to be on point with this.
Absolutely.
If Kevin and I are coming down for a game, that Sumter area, we want to see Lakewood hit the field. Where are some spots that we need to hit up before we get to the stadium?
This is my favorite question because I love to eat. Place number 1, J.O. Grady's. You got to get the Birdman Burger. It's the crispy bacon on top with some onion straws, a little bit of barbecue sauce. Have them cook it probably medium. It's great. I love it.
Chef's kiss.
Let's see here. Next thing I know, everybody says from around this way, Willie Sue's, can't go wrong there. I still haven't been yet. That's on my radar to get over there. Another little place I found a few weeks ago is called Sidebar. Okay. It's like contemporary barbecue, if you want to say it. It's pretty good. I will definitely be going back. Ward's Barbecue, again, if you can just pick that up and take it to the house, really, really, really good. Some other places around the school, I like going to Tony's Pizza and Wings. It's not far. It's pretty good to me, and they make it quick. I'm in and out. I can be back in my office and get that down and get back to my day. But those are my few spots I like to kind of venture to.
Coach, I got to ask you. I didn't jump in here, Kevin. Being from Georgetown, I know you know barbecue. What's your favorite barbecue in the state?
Come on now. Come on. You know it's Rodney Scott. Come on, it's Scott barbecue. It's not close. It is. Everybody else fight for second. It is what it is.
That's right. I keep telling Jerel, like, man, you got to stop down there, man. It's a good spot to go. So hopefully,
I have never been to Scott's. I've been to Rodney's, but I have never been to OG Scott's down there in Hemingway before.
If you have the time and you're in the area, you got to make that pit stop. It's cash only. And make sure you pay the lady. If you don't pay her, you're not gonna make it far. My parents still go down there every now. They live in Columbia now. They go down there every so often, and they'll bring back 5 or 6 pounds of barbecue, and it's absolutely delicious. You got to do it, Jerel.
Can't wait.
It's good stuff, man. Well, last one, Coach. What are some goals you guys have set for the 2026 season for the Gators?
The first one, we got to win the first one. You win the first one, like the year kind of goes a little bit smoother, and we want to compete. That's what it comes down to. I told our kids the other day, our biggest thing is we want to compete. We want the other team to have to prepare for us. It's not going to be an easy Sunday meeting. Hey, let's get out of here in an hour. We want them to really have to, hey, that team is going to do X, Y, Z, and then they might come back with A, B, C. We want other teams to worry about us, and that's our biggest thing this year. We want to compete, go 1-0 each week, and just get better as the year goes on. We don't expect to be the same team week 1 as we are week 10. Hopefully by week 10, we're much improved.
Well, this has been great. I want everyone to go follow Coach Devlin and the Gator program on social media. They do a great job on Twitter, especially posting updates on their kids and their schools. Certainly follow them on there. Like I mentioned, follow us on all social media and also website movingchains.com and our podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google, and more. Moving the Chains is brought to you by Founders Federal Credit Union. Jerel, anything else for Coach? Let him go today.
Well, Coach, we just want to say thank you so much for joining us today with your, giving us your time, letting us peek into the program a little bit and your plans for the future. But more importantly, we want to thank you. You've been an early supporter of what we do here at Moving the Chains. And, man, we are, so appreciative of the community that we've kind of built across the state. And it would not be – we wouldn't have anything. And this platform would not have been able to have the chance to grow without coaches like you and all the great coaches, players, parents, and things like that around the state. So we certainly appreciate that. We wish you success.
Hey,
let's go.
It's in the office.
I love it.
Yeah, man, we certainly appreciate that. So, man, we wish you guys a healthy, preseason camp, getting to these jamborees and scrimmages and kicking off the season, and wish you continued success in your career. And definitely got to have you back on the show. We'll talk some more barbecue for sure.
Hey, thank you guys for having me on. And honestly, just thank you guys for all you do for high school football here in South Carolina. Before you guys it wasn't really anything out there. And I think you guys kind of were the catalyst to get everything else going. And I just want to tell you guys, hey, thank you so much for all you do.
Well, we appreciate those kind words, Coach. And, like Jerel said, thank you so much for your support over the years. It's been a lot of fun getting to know you and getting to talk to you. Glad to have you on the program for real this time. So, appreciate your time, man. Look forward to stopping by a game or perhaps get to see you here soon. And best of luck this season, all right?
Thank you.
Get ready for the ultimate South Carolina high school football experience with Movin The Chains. From previews to recaps, we've got you covered. Dive into our expert preview shows, predicting winners and sharing insights. Then join us post-game for the thrilling recaps, exclusive interviews, and highlights you won't find anywhere else. Plus, connect with fellow fans on our Friday night spaces on Twitter/X. No one covers South Carolina high school football like us. Join us at Movin Chains on all social media platforms and visit movinchains.com today.